Wow. So finally live. Oh yeah, I'm finally live. Man, y'all will not. I've been trying to go live for the past 30 minutes. Literally 30 minutes. And I think I'm now finally live. So I guess whatever I got to say is very, very serious because they will not let me go live for like 30 minutes. I kept having glitches and all that shit. Like it was crazy. I was almost like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even do it. But something told me to just, keep trying and yeah, I guess I'm live. Damn. I almost forgot what I was gonna talk about, but I mean I'm just gonna go because at this point just go with the flow. So welcome World Collective joining Conscious Conversations with Seth Siyon. Today is August 18th, 2025. Um I've been gone for a little while. Um had to recalibrate, had to ground myself and which I'm gonna get into this, but sometimes you have to listen to your higher self, and also you have to understand um your own self by understanding things that you experience in life, understand your feelings and emotions, and not brushing it off. A lot of people they take their emotional feelings and kind of brush it off because they don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but sometimes you have to isolate yourself and just deal with your emotions and feelings. Embrace them for, first of all, identifying them, knowing how to identify your feelings and emotions, and going through that process of understanding why you feel the way you do and why things happen to you. Why somebody did this to you, or what else there your is. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to go through that process. And it's not an easy process, you know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of people don't like dealing with their own shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we have a world, broken people dealing with broken people, because a lot of people, instead of dealing with their own shit, they put it on to other people, expecting it to, go away. But it's not gonna go away. You can, when you go through shit, if you talk to people, it's like you try to put in the closet. But eventually you gotta go back in that closet, and it's gonna be right. It's gonna confront you as soon as you open up that closet. So you have to learn how to confront your own experiences, your own emotions and feelings, whatever you go through. Embrace it. Like if you're angry, embrace that anger. If you are hurt, embrace that hurt. If you are whatever it is. If you're jealous, if you're envious, if you are if you have self-pity, embrace all this shit, but work through it at the same time. Embrace it, and then try to understand why you feel this way. That's a process a lot of people don't know how to go through. And then and this right here is for the collective owner. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in the 3D, this ain't gonna make sense to you. So these are for the chosen people. And when I say the chosen people, these are the people that grew up, people thinking they're crazy, people thinking they're weird, people thinking, you know, there's something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you because you're the chosen people. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why, because you have certain gifts and you have certain attributes that most people are not going to understand because they are not spiritually mature. And that takes time to understand that, you know what I'm saying? It takes time to even understand yourself, you know what I'm saying? But, if you grew up thinking that way, like, how most people call it the black sheep. Like, you're the black sheep of the family, you know what I'm saying? Or people think that you just, You are off. I'm talking to you because you are the chosen, and you are part of the collective. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you came back here to straighten shit out. You know what I'm saying? You chose to come back here during this time to straighten shit out. And it takes a while for you to even realize that, because you have to experience life. You have to go through a whole lot of shit to be able to basically help others, but also be the one to break your generational curses through your lineage. You know what I'm saying? Like you meaning that you don't conform to societal views or societal living. Most people that I'm talking to right now, they the people that they're not they're not comfortable with that 9 to 5 hustle bustle type living. You know what I'm saying? Because that's slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's mental slavery. And most people are comfortable living this life, but I'm talking to the people that are not. These are people that feel like I'm here for something else, or I want to do something. This is not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to figure out what it is I need to do. And that takes a lot of heart, because you got to step outside the box. And that's uncomfortable to step outside the box, because you you're gonna get ridiculed, you're gonna get mocked, you're gonna everything's gonna be against you, because you decided to do what's best for you, and you're not living the norm of society. You know what I'm saying? So this message is for you all. Like I said, if you are in that box, you know what I'm saying. If you're in a certain religion, all this might not be for you. So you might want to hit the S button right now. All right, so I'm gonna get into it. So yeah, learn how to embrace your emotions and feelings and your experiences, what you go through in life. And I'm talking to the collective. So people that are chosen, people that are collective, you're gonna go through a lot of heartache. You can go through a lot of relationships. You can go through a lot of jobs. You can go through a lot of friends. You can go through a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is you can continue to go through it until you figure the shit out. Learn how to get through it the way you're supposed to get through it, to be who you are. So the only way you can do that is learning how to embrace your emotions and feelings when you go through this shit. When you go through this torment, you go through this turmoil. Learning how to see them lights. See, and I've said this before in a lot of my conscious conversations. I have the collective with me. I have the galactic, all of them with me. When you see these lights going back like this, they with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's to let you know why I couldn't get on this live earlier, because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew I was about to spit some shit that was going, you know what I'm saying, be real. Truth that society don't want out there. Because if I wake, if, no, no, if we awaken one person, you know what I'm saying, like that's gonna fuck up their whole shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody to be awake. They don't want nobody to be free. They want to control you here, and they want to control you through societal norm. This ain't you, because you still looking at this. You still looking at this, so it ain't you. But what I'm saying is, learn how to embrace your emotions and feelings. Learn how to go through your experiences. Even though the shit gonna hurt, it's gonna be some painful shit you go through in life, that we go through in life. Not excluding myself. That we go through in life, that we have to learn how to embrace it and accept it, and understanding why we're going through this. You know what I'm saying? That's the part a lot of people try to skip. You got to embrace this shit. You know what I'm saying? When you're angry, embrace it. Embrace that anger. Don't People say, don't be mad, don't be sad, don't cry. Fuck that. Do it. Like, if you mad, fucking cry. Punch the goddamn air. Talk to yourself. Like, talking to yourself is most like, it's the most releasing thing you can do, because at the end of the day, you got to understand, we are not ourselves. We just have on these suits. You know what I'm saying? I call them body suits. The body armor, whatever. But this is not our source. We have an inner self, the higher self. So you're not actually talking. You are talking to yourself, but you're not talking to yourself. If that makes sense. So talk to yourself and allow your inner person to work you through whatever you're going through. All you have to do is just get to yourself, talk to yourself, look in the mirror. I don't know how you want to do it, but then give yourself time to receive the truth and receive what you need at that point in time. But to societal norm, people talk to themselves, they gonna say, "Oh, you crazy," or "You need to be a see a psychiatrist." No, you don't. No, you don't. Because your inner self is your psychiatrist. Your inner self is your therapist. Like, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that you have to learn if you watching this right here is that you are not a part of society. You were sent here. You came here at this time to be the light, to be the one to go against what's been, because everything that we've been taught was lies, and all the lies that we thought were lies were the truth. And that's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? They taught us lies to keep us mentally slaves. Society, that is. And they portrayed the lies to be, I mean, they portrayed the truth to be the lies. You know what I'm saying? So like, we have to understand that we have to conform to what we're here for and who we are. Embrace your feelings. Learn how to cope with yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you're going through situations and you feel a certain way, you have to go with it. And you have to understand it. You have to embrace it and you have to accept it and you have to release it. Release it however you want. How if it's crying, release it that way. If it's yelling, release it that way. And I'm not by no means resort to no violence, because that's societal way. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be violent. But no. What I'm saying is just learn how to release it in a healthy way, spiritual, mature way, that you can let it go. Praying, meditating, exercising, yoga, etc., etc., etc. Like, it's so many ways. Going out in nature, walking through the woods, going to the beach, going to the mountains. Like, there's so many ways that you can release and get back to your original being. Not self, but original being. Because again, this right here is the self, but the inner person is the being, which is the higher self. And once you learn how to tap into your higher self, it'll portray through your physical body and through this bodysuit. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of people that, may look, they may be older than younger than what they look. That's why, because they're not stressing. They're taking care of their bodies. They're exercising. They're eating, you know what I'm saying, eating the right foods, drinking the right. I'm not gonna say water per se, but just drinking the right things, okay? Because to be honest with you, the water that most people think is healthy, it ain't healthy. Again, this is a part of society, how they keep us in their control. But nature and natural substance through nature is where the real hydration and rejuvenation come from. Like coconuts, watermelons, again. And people need to learn how to grow this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna get to the point where they're gonna eliminate it, because they gonna people gonna start awakening, and they're gonna start to understand this truth. So they're gonna start doing everything they can to block it. So learn how to, you need to take some class in agriculture and learn how to like grow your own gardens, grow your own vegetables and fruits, stuff like that. Because trust me, it's coming soon. It's gonna come a time where you're gonna need to know this stuff. You're gonna need to know it. You got to learn how to survive off the land if you want to continue to go on your path and through your journey. You're gonna have to learn how to live off the land. And one of the most important things that I've been practicing lately is also like learning how to walk barefooted. Like, that is so, like, talking about it it's not gonna give justice. Okay, so and also hugging trees again, talking about it's not gonna do justice. All I can suggest is to do it, and then you let me know how you felt afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like walk barefooted through the land. You know what I'm saying? Go in the woods and nature, walk barefooted. Ground yourself with the trees, hug the trees, barefooted. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you have to understand that we have a soul, our higher self, which that charges it up. And what happens is when that gets charged, it manifests through our outer being. You know what I'm saying? I get this example all the time, just like a cell phone. You can most people nowadays can go with their cell phone all day without having to charge it. But eventually you're gonna have to charge it. Our bodies are the same way. You have to charge it. You have to charge it. So grounding yourself is very important, especially now because the energy that see, and I talked about this on one of my episodes on Outside the Box with Seth, Siyon, episode 19, how we are leaving the 3D and merging with the 5D. So the energies are like no other time ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people are starting to um, go towards spirituality versus the religion that we was not we, but I say the past 400 years that was implemented and that was you know basically forced upon people. You know what I'm saying? So after COVID hit, like 2019, 2020, that's when it was like a reset. You know what I'm saying? And that dam of lies that had been built up for over 500 years, a breach came through. And that breach was the truth. And again, that's 5 years. So that breach has gotten wider and wider and wider. And the truth is starting to flood out a whole lot more. And it's gonna continue to flood out to the point where it's gonna burst. So once it bursts, that's when shit gonna get real because again, all the control is gonna be gone. And people gonna have to just that's goes like you know how they tricked us with like race and stuff, like, especially in the US, black and white, um, Mexican, Asian. They consider that a race. That's not no goddamn race. That's first of all, the only race there is the human race. First of all, get it out of the way. There's no such thing as black, white. Now, the thing about it is there are cultures. Okay, so yes, if you live in America, you're American. If you live in Europe, you're European. If you live in Asia, you're Asian. If you live in Puerto Rico, you're Puerto Rican. If you live in Dominican, you're Dominican. If you live in South America, wherever you are at, it's cultures. There's no such thing as a race because we are a human race. That's it. Everything else is culture. I mean, you could say the same thing if you're in the United States. If you're North Carolina, North Carolina. If you're South Carolina, South Carolina. If you're Georgia, you're Georgia. I'm like, it's all about where you're at, your geographical area. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing that separates us as a human race. That's it. But we're all human. Some humans have melanin, some don't. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. You know what I'm saying? It's all about where you're from. That's it. So I say that to say this. You have to understand that we are all one. Okay? We're all one. So don't get consumed in what society tries to cause divisions, separations, because that's the only way they can continue to have control is through that. And then once they lose that, if everybody was to become one and see it like that and be in unity, that's when Babylon falls. I'm just speaking the truth. Just speaking the truth. I know this is, I'm probably going all over the place with this, but just take heed to what I'm saying. Like, just understand that it's okay to be different. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to challenge the things that you thought was true. It's okay to challenge when people saying things. And also don't go with everything that you see or hear. Make sure that you always do your own research on things instead of just going with it. Oh, he said this, he said that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. A lot of this shit is for clout, it's for money, it's for fame, it's for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So just because it sounds good, don't mean it's good. Just because it sounds like the truth, don't mean it's the truth. You gotta do your own research. You have to understand that everybody has motives, everybody has intentions, and they're not pure. They're not pure because there's always, you know, especially especially with the Instagrams and Facebook things and all this stuff going on, like people put out these reels and stuff, like they have sponsors. So they're gonna tell their story, but at the end of the day, they're gonna promote this, or they're gonna say do this, or they're gonna say do that, and it's all for clout. It's all for the likes. It's all for the fame. Like I said, everybody want to be so-called spiritual, and but it's like a business. You know what I'm saying? It's all for business. So don't go for all that, because this has been going on forever. There will be many false messengers, many, 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 and they will tell you things that they will portray to be this and all this stuff. But you have to understand that everybody has motives and intentions, and you have to know how to have discernment to know that too. That's the thing about it, learning that discernment, knowing like okay. But again, like I said, do your own research. Do your own, like, go within yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you. You know, what works for this person, what works for that person, what works for that person is for them. You got to figure out what works for you. You can't go on what other people say works for them, because we are all individuals. We all have a purpose. We all are different. So you have to figure out what works for you. And that takes you learning yourself, your inner self. Don't allow your emotions and feelings to control you. You control them. That's important, because nothing is personal. When somebody does you wrong, or somebody like, you feel like, somebody disrespected you, like, it ain't personal. It's all a test for you to figure out, all right, how you gonna deal with this time? Are you gonna, you know, are you gonna embrace this and figure it out, or are you gonna continue doing the same thing? The only way you could evolve is going through the process, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's a process that each of us has to go through if we want to evolve. You know, some people are comfortable just going on the hamster wheel. But if you're watching this video, you're not, because you know that you are chosen. You know that you're here for a purpose. And you know you have to do your inner work. You have to go through that tunnel, that dark tunnel. And again, it's not easy, but we're at an era now where we are capable of doing it, because we have teachers, genuine mentors that can help us through the process. And I'm just speaking. I'm not saying I'm nobody. I am who I am, but I'm just saying. So learning how to have the discernment to do what's best for you, or to take what resonates with you. Whatever don't resonate with you, discard it. Throw it away. Throw it away. Because at the end of the day, we all at different levels in our lives and in our journeys. You know what I'm saying? So Some things I may talk about, you might have no clue what I'm talking about. It might not resonate with you nowhere at all. That's fine. But you know what though? That's a seed. It's a seed. And that seed might sprout next month. It might sprout next year. It might sprout in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know. I'm just dropping seeds. And then there might be some people that they might be understanding exactly what I'm saying. And like that seed is already sprouting. So, I mean, again, take what resonates with you and do what's best for you. It's all about you. You're the main character of this movie. You have the control in this video game. Always remember that. You have the controller. You are the main character. Everybody else is extras. And they're there to help that movie be what it be. You know what I'm saying? And that's where when I say that the cast are there to help you do make it do what it do, that's all the testing, the trials, the tribulations, all that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to always remember that when you go through things in life. And again, it's not easy. And we're human, so we're gonna, we're not perfect. And we're gonna make mistakes again. But understand that it's all about you. You're the main character. And you are the person that's going to change your lineage and to break those generational curses that's been going on for the past 400 or 500 years. You know what I'm saying? So this is like the planet alignment is it's this week. Yeah, actually, I think it's coming up tomorrow. But yeah, so the energy is it's superb right now. So a lot of people are experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotions, and that's just the effect of it because of the alignment, you know what I'm saying, of the planets. And I'm gonna go there a little bit. I think I got a little time, a little bit. But so the world that they show us on the globe and all this stuff, that's not what this world. That's not what like this. I won't even say world. I would say realm. Is not what they show us. This circular whatever in the countries. It's way bigger than that. First of all, and there's other parts of it that they won't show. They know, but they won't show. Especially when you get that Antarctica thing, that's where that's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother realm, you know what I'm saying? And they know, like I said, the government knows, they already know. That's why you can't go, that's why you can't fly over certain areas because of that, you know what I'm saying? Because what they show us is just, it's not even half of what it is. It's really not. That's a whole nother topic, I think, though. Yeah, because I can talk about that for a minute. Yep. But yeah, so I think my time is up. But anyway, y'all, emotions and feelings, learn how to embrace them, learn how to accept them, learn how to work through them with yourself, and learn how to release them. That's how you heal. A lot of people always say, heal your, I'm healed and you need to heal, but it's a process. It ain't no thing where you just be like, oh, I'm all right, I'm good, I'm healed. Nah, yeah, it's a process, and it's not an easy process. But if you watching this, you got this. You got this shit for real. You got it. Siyon, Conscious Conversations. I'll be back this week. Like I said, and look, ground yourself, y'all. Ground yourself. Trust me. Walk barefooted. Like, if it's in your yard, if it's in a park, the beach, of course, the mountains, like, walk barefooted, man, for real. I'm telling you, like, it's like a surge that only when you do it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Hugging trees when you barefooted, it's like it's like rejuvenation, like you a whole new person. So ground yourself, especially during this time right now. Ground yourselves. Ground yourselves, very important. Siyon, love and peace. See y'all on the next one.